Hello. Hi. It is High Priestess Jamila. And I'm sorry I won't be looking at the chat too much. But if somebody is wrenched up in here, I would appreciate it if y'all would go ahead and get rid of the trolls or any trolling. And I am in my kitchen doing these dishes. Okay? Doing dishes and I'm multitasking. But this is a conversation that I have been wanting to have for a while now. About Iyanla Fix My Life. And I wanted to, this is not a discussion to discredit her. I think that she was doing, a wonderful service to people. There are a few things that I'm going to say that I still think that she needs to do. And I wanted to talk about specifically what she was doing and why it was so dangerous and the problems that it had caused in her life. So from what I had heard is that the show got canceled or she canceled it. She had to stop doing that show. In fact, I had heard that she actually was receiving death threats and went through hell because of what she was doing, which it was a good thing that she was doing. How can you go wrong by doing right? Right? She would, and I never was like I wasn't a watcher of the show. It just didn't seem to interest me too much, but I know that it was a very popular show. And she actually now has a YouTube channel instead of, being in network TV or whatever. And so I think that what she was doing was great. But here's the problem. From the couple of episodes that I did see, you could see that she was battling demons and spirits. Okay? In fact, a lot of those people that she was helping had demons and spirits on them. In fact, these demons and spirits would eventually pop up during the show. Okay? They would pop up and they would pop out. There would be a lot of emotion. There would be a lot of arguments and fights, and even some of them attacked her. She would be hugging and touching these people and in their houses and all of that stuff. Here's the problem with it, is that she wasn't protecting and clearing herself. Okay? She wasn't using the wisdom of the witch while she was doing all of this. Now, I understand that at least over half of every Black person in America, they believe in the power of Jesus. And I even believe in the power of Jesus, okay? I do. I'm not saying that it's not real, but I think that for people to be doing that type of work and working with people, I do believe in spiritual practices that are meant to clear you. Do I believe that going to a church every Sunday, do I believe that that does the trick? No, I don't. I don't believe that. Okay? So I am a witch, just to warn y'all, I am a witch. And, I believe in doing other spiritual practices. In fact, these spiritual practices have been proven to work. And it's very frustrating when you know something to be the truth. Okay? When you know something to be the truth, but then people will call you evil and they will say that it is evil. to know these things, you know. So um, the one particular episode was, like I said, I never watched that show. It's not anything to discredit her, you know. I mean, I am very, very careful because I like to watch shows called Hoarders. Okay, I actually like that show. It's kind of entertaining to me, but I keep protection up all the time. I keep protection up all the time around myself. Okay, and so even when I am watching those shows, I am protected. There was one show in particular on Hoarders where, you know, they were cleaning out this lady's house, and she literally kept vials and bottles and buckets of poop. And there's actually a demon of poop. Okay, it's actually a demon of poop that accepts excrement as offerings and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, when it comes to shows like that, I bring that up to say that, you know, you have to protect yourself. Okay. I think that if she would have used the wisdom of the witches to clear herself after every single show, and if she would have used witchcraft to clear herself, she wouldn't have went through all of that, because as you can see, she has a really big name, and over on her channel, she gets quite a few views, okay? Right now, even to this day, she gets quite a few YouTube views, and she has 479,000 subscribers, okay? And, you know, she's getting about 9,000 to 10,000 views per video, okay? Somebody in her position should be getting way more than that. You know, she made a lot of sacrifice for those people, and I believe she even lost one of her children. I'm not sure. But, you know, anytime you are dealing with people's problems or you are life coaching, you can try to say, oh, this is not spiritual. I'm a life coach. Really? A lot of people will say, oh, I'm doing life coaching. You're still doing a spiritual job. Okay? Even if you call it life coaching, people will try to call it everything under the sun except for witchcraft. Even Christianity is witchcraft. It's all witchcraft. Okay? It's just different forms of it and different belief systems. Now, I believe this is one of the reasons why people have a horrible relationship with God, because even God will make it very clear to you that even Christianity is witchcraft. So a lot of people that have I'm not going to really get into Christianity and what I really believe about it. I'm not, you know, this is not a religious debate. What I'm talking about specifically is when you are taking on people's demons. Okay, even when you're getting into an argument with somebody, this is one of the reasons why I don't do it, especially if it's not pertaining to me. I mind the business that pays me. Not going to be arguing with nobody about this, and that unless they are relevant to me. Otherwise, I don't care. You know, I have a business to run. I don't have time for those things. But I think that if you're ever doing any kind of life coaching, even if somebody comes to you to speak to you about their problems, right? If they're speaking to you about their issues in a sense to where they want some kind of guidance, you know, it's not that they may be telling you something, but, you know, just because I tell people things all the time, I'm not seeking their assistance. Okay, I just tell them what's going on. Okay, I don't sit and wait for other people necessarily to solve my issues. I have a tendency to want to deal with my problems myself, okay? And, you know, I've just found that that's the best thing to do. But, you know, that's the reason why she had all those issues, is because she was not dealing with with that situation with wisdom, she sort of was walking into it as a sacrifice. Okay? And so she had a lot of problems after that. A lot. Okay? A lot of issues within her family, a lot of issues within herself. You know, from what they say, she lost all her money. You know, and she was really, really going through, you know, being terrorized and getting death threats. I'm not doing like I didn't research or whatever the death threats, but you know, from what I could see is that, you know, she had taken on, that is the way that you absorb another person's problems and entities, is when you are you know, doing that kind of work and you're not covering or protecting yourself. Okay. That's why I always tell readers all the time that you do have to be disciplined in covering yourself and protecting yourself. You know, even, you know, when I'm doing a ritual for somebody, I am covering myself and I am protecting myself. And also another thing, even though a lot of us, you know, a lot of y'all don't work in the spiritual business, but do you know that all of you possess the power and the strength to banish bad spirits and entities? Okay, a lot of y'all do have that power. There are some people that are afraid of it, and so that's why they come to people like me to banish that stuff. And you know, we're not talking about banishing another person. Okay, if you have an issue with a stalker is a stalker, and they're gonna be dealt with two ways, either death or jail. Okay, so we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about, you know, what she was doing for a living. She was doing house calls. She was going to people's houses, and Iyanla was basically in the belly of the beast when she would walk into these people's houses. And of course, you know, they don't, especially when you're going into a house that is not cleansed of spirits. I mean, I can have, like right now I'm cleaning dirty dishes, but there's no negative spirits in my house at all, because they know not to come in here, and I on a regular basis smudge my house on a regular, because I do spiritual work out of my house, so I have to do it. I think that Black women, and all women, especially Black women, you got to understand that you have been lied to. They have removed you from your power and your ancestors, and they have told you something that was supposed to open you. And I'm not talking about white people, because a lot of people always think when you say they, you talking about white people. No, we ain't talking about that. We talking about people that have cut you off from that wisdom, right? They have cut you off, and they have told you that as long as you're doing what she's doing, you know, anytime you're doing any kind of life coaching, or even if you got somebody in your beautician's chair and you're doing their hair for them, you are opening yourself up. It's not to say that you got to stay away from people. Now, I think that if people are blatantly self-destructive, you know what I'm saying? And I think people that are in a certain way, I think it's important to stay up out of their energy. But, you know, you in order for you to make, you know, have a business, or in order for you to make it in this world, you're going to have to at some point deal with society. Unless you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you're going to have to deal with it. And a lot of people refuse, they absolutely refuse to accept the spiritual practices, especially when they hear it from me for some reason, because I am 5'4", I'm a little woman, and you know, it's you know, I guess people feel like, oh, you're a woman, you don't know what you're talking about. But if you exercise, or if you use these spiritual practices that I speak of, it will work. Unless you attacking me. If you attacking me in any way, that's going to be a problem for you. But otherwise, that's what I feel was the issue with her. And do I feel that she still has things that she could work on? Yes. Is she going to work on them? Probably not, because I'm pretty sure that she is like a devout Christian. You know what I'm saying? She's probably a devout Christian that feels, some type of way about the ancient practices. But when you think about our ancestors and what they did, even when it comes down to the food that they ate and how they prepared it, we wouldn't be here without them. We wouldn't even be here without them. Okay. It's obvious that she has very deep African roots. Okay. And I think that a lot of people that grew up Christian in the church, they refuse to see that Jesus wanted you to expand upon your beliefs. Jesus didn't want you to just stop at that Bible. He didn't. I don't care what nobody says. Okay. When you think about, most of us would not be given that opportunity. I had somebody contact me, I don't know if they were trolling me or not, years ago, and they wanted to chronicle and do a documentary on witches and witchcraft and stuff, and I turned it down. I said no, because that wasn't important to me. I didn't even bother to check to see if it was real or not, because that's not my purpose. That's not what is important to me. Getting my own TV show is not, that doesn't move or inspire me. Running my business and helping my clients, and then also dealing with my own stuff that I had to deal with. That's what my focus was, okay? At that time. So, if you're doing any kind of, spiritual counseling, that's basically what she was doing. She was spiritually counseling all those people, but she was not covering or clearing herself. Okay. And I see a lot on this website. I do. And those videos, sadly, I'm going to tell y'all what I've noticed and what I peeped about YouTube. A lot of the videos where you're getting incorrect information, a lot of those videos get a lot of views. A lot of them. That's just like, I was looking at a video where there was somebody talking about marine spirits or water spirits like Iyanla. And this person obviously had the belief that, water spirits like Iyanla was evil. Right? Now, obviously, I don't believe that, because I work with Iyanla all the time. She is a very, very powerful Orisha that heals us. And so it's kind of perplexing when you see an African person, this person was obviously of African descent, saying that our African deities are evil. But then again, I could see why that would be happening, because there's so many people that are claiming to be connected with the Orishas, and they are very sinister characters. Okay, they're very sinister characters. Okay, very. Okay, Iyanla is trying to protect people, while those people claiming to be under those deities, because today is Iyanla's day. People that claim to be connected with those deities are trying to hurt and sacrifice and destroy people. Even of the same color. There's a lot of that going on. And a lot of people are just confused. A lot of confused people. Whenever I deal with, even in my own business, I have to guide a lot of people because they'll just be confused. That's the whole point of the work that they do on you, is to confuse you. Okay? Everybody want to be God. Everybody want to run everything. Everybody want to do this and do that. Okay? That's just what we're dealing with these days. And so people will automatically challenge somebody like myself that comes to say, well, it would make sense, which is why I'm still in business. It would make sense because if I were not actually helping people, how the hell would I have a business to this day? But people speak about me a lot and they get angry at me and they even throw shit at me because, they have a jealousy problem. And that's a root chakra problem. It is. People have jealousy. They want to lie. They want to bear false witness. And they find out quickly that they made a mistake. Okay. So I think that's why old girl ended up going through what she was going through. You cannot be out here helping and assisting people like that. Even even when I'm doing a ritual for somebody, I make sure that I'm covered and protected. And even sometimes, I'll have my head covered. Okay. So today I don't have my head covered right now. I'm being bad. But as I take people into this crown chakra group ritual that I am doing, I have to keep my head covered. Okay. But it's not that I have to, obviously most of the day I'm going to keep my head covered with something cloth or either, just my bandana. But I've got other stuff to cover and to clear stuff away from my head. Okay. So I have other stuff that's into place to clear my head. And, sometimes you have to just, you have to do that, especially if you're a woman. You got men out here attacking women. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. You got women out here supporting men attacking women because of their jealousy. It's disgusting. Okay. Straight up and down. And I don't do stuff like that. I don't even want to be a part of that. Sitting up there, that's some lower vibrational crap right there. There's some women that are messed up, and then but men that are like that are attacking other women, it is because they need somewhere to put they need somebody to put their demons on. Okay, they do. They need somebody to put their demons on. If a man feels that he has a spirit of sickness on him, he will, and I've seen it in action. I've seen people who have, these spirits of sickness on them, and they'll just start calling out somebody and saying, oh, you're diabetic. You've got, and I've never seen anything like it before in my life. They'll just pick out somebody and they'll say, oh, you're diabetic, or you have this and you have that, and you have, so, or if they have spirits of poverty on them, they will start to speak poverty over somebody. I wouldn't suggest being a male like that. I would highly not recommend it. You're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. Okay? I can imagine there's a lot of people running around here feeling regretful right now at this moment. Okay? So, the truth is right there in your face when you see things like that. And then, especially in Hollywood, there's this obsession with rising to fame and then falling. It's so funny. And that's something, and I think that people on YouTube, just ordinary people, even though I'm a witch and I do believe that I possess supernatural powers, You know, people on this website, you know, ordinary people, they have this obsession with everybody to where it's like, oh, if you, you know, you got to lose. And if you get something, you got to lose and all that stuff. And it's so stupid because, you know, that's something that's in Hollywood. That's why I ain't never wanted nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to do with nothing that has to do with Hollywood or none of that mess. And honestly, Jamila is not interested and never will be interested in traveling over to California. I wouldn't even go visit California. Okay, my spirits gave me discernment on California a long time ago. Now, do I have clients that are located in California? Hell yeah. I have some very good loyal clients that are located over in California. Okay, and they are good people. But you know, California within itself, um, from what I've seen of it, just looking at it on the map and looking at aerial views of California, everybody seemed to be crowded up in the California area, like it's like the houses are real close together. It's a whole bunch of people. And, you know, I think it has something to do with the amount of famous people that live in California. Okay. A lot of those people that live in California that are famous, they can barely get out of bed. You know, they have a lot of issues, drug problems, addictions. You know, it's a trip over there. So you got to be real spiritually strong. You got to be very spiritually strong to be over there. Okay. In fact, a lot of people that are just looking to do some kind of worldwide domination, or if they want to do some dirt, they typically will choose California because they feel like a lot of those people don't have protection over there. They feel that they don't. So they feel that people over in California are easy targets. They do. Okay. I don't know why. They just do. But, you know, if you have your guard up, you are not an easy target. People get it confused. They think that just because, especially on YouTube, people get confused because they think, oh, if somebody calls you a poopy face, that means that you're not protected. That means that your spirits are letting that person do that. Well, I mean, my spirits have been known to let people hang themselves with a rope. Go ahead and keep hanging yourself. My spirits don't take responsibility for what other people decide to do with their mouth. They don't. Okay, we only here to focus on helping my clients. And I said that. I am not nobody's keeper. Just because I'm a Black woman doesn't mean that I have to look out for everybody in the Black community, because those people have to learn to look out for themselves. Okay, and if they are an enemy of mine, I really ain't gonna. If you being disrespectful to me, that's the one thing I can't stand, is when people are disrespecting my craft. I cannot stand that. I can't stand it, especially when it comes to these narcissistic people that create problems and then they want to blame it on witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that goes for men and women. I feel that both men and women would, they would benefit from learning the craft, but not when you're out here attacking women. Learn it, but don't attack me. Because if you've done anything to me and then you try to come back to me with some mess, oh, my spirits are going to get you. They're going to get you. They are. Okay? Don't. Just don't do it. That's all you got to do. Really, the best thing for you to do is to just walk away. Because they, you know, my spirits, you can't even lie to them and tell them that I came out for blue and attacked you. You can't even lie to them. They're not going to believe you. Because I don't do things like that. Okay? You can't lie to spirit. You got a lot of people that have been accustomed to doing that. Okay, and it's probably because they just don't have much good sense, you know. So you can't lie to something. And so I've noticed that people have been real confused. They've been blaming God for their problems. I think it's ridiculous. Hold on a minute, where's my rag? I ain't never claimed to be God, and I never would. Okay, because I know God is a whole other thing. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of people with God complexes, and that's literally all that it is. A lot of the people that are complaining about God is because they were asking God to do harm to people, and God did harm to them. I've noticed that the past couple of days. Okay, and we're not even speaking specifically on any God in particular. I'm just saying God as a universal thing. I've noticed that those of you that go around attacking people, you are angry at God because God attacked you. You unfairly attacked folks, whether or not it was on this website or in real life, and then God handed you your work, and now you're angry at God because you was throwing a hissy fit and a temper tantrum, and you refuse to grow up and take responsibility. I don't want to hear about all that God and demiurge and all that crap. It's just God. Stop it. I see people doing that on here, and they trying to speak from an educational standpoint, but you can't educate people when you are coming out of pocket, when you are coming out of pocket and you are attacking innocent people. You cannot do that, okay? So yeah, you may be mad at God, but you need to be mad at yourself. Why would you unfairly attack me and my business? I see this girl, I ain't gonna say her name, but I see this girl on here, sitting up here all confused, talking about God is doing this to me. Ain't you still attacking me? Don't you still got lies about High Priestess Jamila up on your website? You still got that crap up on your website, talking about me lying and bearing false witness. And you think that you're gonna be able to get up off your feet with you doing stuff to people. Okay, when God knows my heart, God knows that I am love, and you keep trying to, and see, a lot of people will say, well, just stop me, bind me. Well, you know what? Maybe it's not meant for me to stop you or bind you. Maybe it's meant for you. Maybe it's meant for you to stop yourself. I tell people all the time, if you wanted to stop, you just need to apologize to God and apologize to my spirits for attacking me. Okay, you had no reason to attack Jamila whatsoever, especially when you're trying to spiritually attack me. Don't try to spiritually attack me for what? Why? Because God loves me, okay? And God knows my heart, and God knows I ain't done nothing to you except for send your energy back to you so that you can deal with your own shit. Okay? Because I ain't went through nothing. I ain't never got no heavy heart. I ain't never got no heavy chest. I'll be over here happy as a lark. You know why? Because I do right by people. Okay? Very honest with people, very forthcoming. I don't play around. I don't play around, not even a little bit. Okay? Hey, Emo Witch of Southern California. Hello. How are you? All right, y'all. I'm almost done with this kitchen. I probably need to go in here. Hold on. I'm going to make me some coffee, too. Go up here. I wanted to get these dishes done before I started finishing up this client's work. A lot of these people that move in jealousy, They move in jealousy, and I saw one of them, and I, honestly, it's very dangerous what this person is doing. Okay, very dangerous. Over there calling out God. I just wouldn't be doing that. And you never really know who God is. A lot of people have speculated that God could be a woman. I can tell you that she can materialize herself in the flesh. Some people feel like God is a man. I personally feel that God comes to me as a man, but only one man, and that's my husband. But the you just can't be doing stuff like that. And people think I be half crazy because I be over here doing my work and laughing. And smiling, saying, thank you, God. When you get to the point where, and you think you're giving somebody some good spiritual information, and a lot of y'all readers, because I saw a reader over there offering a girl reader a reading, don't you dare tell her that it's my fault. You need to let her know that it's her fault. Okay? You can't tell people what they want to hear. You got to tell people the truth. Because people will lie. Oh, this person just started attacking me. And then, no, I can tell how much percentage of angel and devil that you are. And it's okay. Just be honest about it. Okay? Just be honest with yourself. Okay? Especially these people that, they get on, they start to get on these campaigns and they get to attacking people. And then when they start having bad luck, just admit it that you got tricked into being involved in a situation that you shouldn't have involved yourself in. Now, to me, I would have thought that was obvious because I deal with a lot of clients that, have covens and stuff attacking them. Okay. If you join in a coven and they just like, oh, we're going to attack this one person, I'd back away slowly. I would back away slowly from their coven and walk away. I would not involve myself in nothing like that. Your pride will get you in trouble because what a lot of people don't want to do is they don't want to admit I made a mistake. Y'all notice how a lot of our problems in this society would be solved if people would just admit when they've done wrong. Okay? A lot of people just need to admit that. That water's hot. Just admit that you're wrong. Don't take yourself through that cycle again. And you'll learn for the future because there's some people, it was a blessing that you, tried to use High Priestess Jamila as a target because some of these people's spirits will take your ass out. My spirits are a little nicer than some people, because they're powerful. They, because you know what, honestly, guys, I was thinking about it the other day. I was thinking that some of the issues that I was having, even on YouTube, that maybe perhaps I should resolve them with sugar. And my spirits, they told me, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I would never, ever, ever kiss the ass of a person that's disrespecting me. And it ain't no fight. And no, I'm not stressed out about it. No, I'm not stressed at all. Stressed for what? Even when I have problems that arise out of that, my problems get resolved very quickly. Okay, even when I have problems that arise, Because, you know, and I can tell you as a woman, if you have problems that are being created by one of these weak ass men, trust and believe that God is going to cover you. Okay? God got your back. Especially when you are able to access God. And see, that's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't think that God is there. And that is because some of these people on this earth they are blatantly covering or trying to block your crown chakra. Okay, and they doing it, you know, and what's gonna end up happening? What happens when somebody attacks the innocent? What happens when that happens? I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. While that person is attacking you and thinking of all these elaborate scams and schemes, their real enemies are gonna take them down. So your responsibility is just to get it off of you, because eventually, while that person ignores and is confused about the people that really, really, really are taking that person down, while they doing that, you just cover yourself and you say, oh, that ain't mine. That ain't mine. That ain't my energy. That ain't my responsibility. Because, you know, a lot of people are looking, oh, shit. I got to go, y'all. I got to go.